Welcome back to the second quarter of the Paddock the Goals, and we are joined today by the manager of the Donald Learning Centre, Charmaine Delaney. Welcome, Charmaine.
Thanks, Travis. Good to be here.
How many years have you been managing the centre at Donald now, Charmaine?
Just over 6 years.
Enjoying it?
Loving it. My perfect job.
Perfect. That's great news. How's the centre evolved over that 6 years to become, one of Donald's most important assets?
When I first was interviewed by the board, I was pretty excited because that had always been my perfect job. So when they took me on, it was wonderful, but now here's a 5-year plan. So that was sort of immediately popped on the table, which with their unwavering support and dedication from myself to make sure that it was achievable, lots of outside hours work and outside thinking outside the box, meant we had to achieve things with limited funds. So improved grant writing skills were a necessity. We achieved the plan in the first 4 years, and I'm happy to say we are now working on our next 5-year plan. We've had 4 station computers set up for the community, free use, a 6-station dedicated student training space where we offer ACFE, which is Adult Community Further Education courses on digital literacy, 2 Centrelink portals, a registered community kitchen, private office for hire, conference area which seats 35 people comfortably for hire, and a paid community car service.
That's quite extraordinary to achieve all that in 4 years of a 5-year plan. This is a podcast that goes to football and netball and hockey, and I'm a Carlton fan, Charmaine. We've had 4 5-year plans and we haven't achieved anything. So you're well ahead of the curve. Council, we recognise and value the important roles that our neighbourhood houses, learning and community centres play. They're a really important extension of council activities and a centre point for all information. So we can't thank you and your cohort enough. You understand your community so well and you play that important role in flood preparedness and recovery as well. So congratulations to you and the rest of the neighbourhood houses across Bull Oak. What are some of the services and support that you provide at the Donald Centre, and what issues are of concern right now?
So if I go back a step, so in 2018, I had the opportunity of completing the Lead Loddon Murray Community Leadership Program. Part of that program was looking at what was needed within your community, and we identified food bank as being part of that need. So when you ask, what are our main concerns? Obviously, food and the cost of living is of great concern to everybody. We implemented the program by taking $50 out of my personal money, and a friend donated $50. We've been running the program since 2018, and we've supplied food for 10,000 people and 4,000 animals. It's completely self-funded. And as a result, when I talk about what our main concerns, food and raising money to be able to continue the program is an issue. We also think that our roads are a major issue. How do we get farmers to travel in heavy vehicles where you can barely drive on the road in a straight line? We're advised that the funding from both federal and state government is available, that red tape is the issue. Maybe they need to look around, how can we get rid of some of that red tape and make it safer for people? Housing, in a case of disaster is obviously a main issue as well. Where do we put people where they're going to be safe and relocate them in the times of disaster? We've got the infrastructure within our community, but we don't have sufficient housing.
All huge concerns and things we all need to work on together as a community. What are some of the opportunities to better prepare in your mind for disasters such as floods in your town?
When it comes to floods, I think the main thing in being prepared, having a flood an emergency plan in place for both home and business, consulting with your local shires, seeing where your emergency centres are located, know where your documents are, that's your insurance and your house contents insurance. Make sure that you're also aware of what the needs are in the way of insurance. So are you going to be adequately covered? Don't wait for an disaster event for that to occur. Check your insurance policies. Make sure you're adequately covered. Make sure that you've got sufficient animal cages, food. Your emergency documents should be in one folder that you can pick them up, walk out the front door, and just know that you've got everything in place. Certainly the podcast is a brilliant way to start. One of the main issues is as far as communication went, once you lost that communication, you weren't able to communicate with the community. And certainly this podcast is a great way to go.
All great advice, and thank you for sharing that. Yesterday, I understand you joined some of our council staff to learn more about legal support available for those impacted in disaster events, particularly in that insurance area. Are there other takeaways that you got out of that other than some of those ones you covered off on then?
Yes, actually there are. I do know that insurance is not as clean, cut and dry as we all seem to think it is. We need to have access to our policies, certificates of currency. Check your policy wording when making a claim. So keep it with your important file documents. Once the insurers approve a claim, check how long and the cost of repairs to make sure that your insurer's funds cover the cost, the duration of the cost and accommodation, because it can very easily and quickly get eaten up by both.
Really salient advice. One final thing, Charmaine, and thank you so much for spending some time with us this afternoon on the Paddock the Goals. We're speaking with Charmaine Delaney, who is the manager of the Donald Learning Centre. We're excited to learn that you're accepted into the Women Leading Locally program. So first of all, congratulations. Tell us about what prompted you to apply and what your hopes are in regards to what you'll learn throughout that program.
What prompted me when I saw it come across my desk, I thought at the time, what a brilliant opportunity. And then I had a councillor from the Northern Grampian Shire reach out to me and said they'd seen that I'd run for the Mallee ward in 2022 election. Had I considered running in 2024? And without hesitation, I said yes. She then suggested that I fill in the application, saying it would give me really great learning opportunity, put me in contact with great mentors. So it honestly took me, I had half an hour. I completed the application with 3 minutes to spare. So I was terribly proud of myself on that one. And they advised me that I was awarded a much sought after place. So the opening was absolutely inspiring. We got together with like-minded individuals and had the opportunity of meeting both mentors, counsellors, mayors, giving us their advice and their expertise and being authentic, knowing your values, and knowing that these will guide you when you're looking to run for council, and also looking at what it is and listening to what your community actually want. Seeing how you can put that into practice. The importance of listening and understanding that sometimes the frustrations from the community are not personal. To try and find a solution for a good outcome for the community is paramount. I hope to run for the Bullock Shire Council in 2024. If successful, I look forward to working with our councillors, community, and the Bullock Shire to find these solutions to current issues.
Terrific. Best of luck in the program and hopefully in a campaign next year when you put in your nomination. Thanks for spending time with us today, Charmaine. It was wonderful to hear all that's being achieved at the Donald Learning Centre and long may it continue. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Travis, and you have a great afternoon.